Welcome to the deep dive. So, if you've ever found yourself, staring at your screen, maybe muttering, ooh, wrong password again.
Oh, definitely. That digital standoff feeling.
Exactly. Then this deep dive is definitely for you. Today, we're not just going to vent, though we might do a little of that.
A little venting is healthy.
Right. We're diving deep into this whole password headache. Why are they such a universal pain? But more importantly, we're looking at concrete strategies, some actually quite funny ways to make your digital life easier and, safer.
Yeah, we'll unpack why these little text strings cause so much frustration.
And introduce some, well, heroes, really. Tools like password managers, two-factor authentication.
And all the horror stories. We have to talk about them.
Oh, yes. Billionaire CEOs using, a huge Bitcoin fortune lost. It's wild.
It really is.
So our mission today is basically to give you takeaways you can actually remember, stuff that boosts your online security without needing, a PhD in computer science.
Right. It's such a shared experience, isn't it? That password struggle. The sheer number of accounts we have now. It's just staggering.
It really is.
Think about it. Email, banking, streaming services. Even your smart fridge probably needs a password now.
Don't remind me.
The average person, they're juggling something like 100 different passwords. It's just a mental load we're not really built for.
100. Just hearing that number is exhausting. And it has a real impact, right? I saw some studies.
Yeah, absolutely. For about 30% of people in the US and the UK anyway, resetting a password, it's apparently as stressful as major life stuff. Thinking about your 401k.
Wow, that's a lot of anxiety over logins.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's widespread. Roughly 8 out of 10 people admit finding password management at least, somewhat difficult. So if you feel that way, you are definitely not alone.
Yeah, you're in good company.
And part of that stress, I think, comes from those ridiculous rules websites throw at us, the magical mix.
Oh, the uppercase, lowercase number, special symbol.
Exactly. And sometimes they want you to change it every 90 days. That used to be the thinking. But even bodies like NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, they've kind of moved on.
Right. So what's the thinking now?
Now it's more about length and uniqueness, making people change complex passwords all the time. It just leads them to make really predictable, insecure changes. Like password May becomes password June.
Ah, okay. So faced with all this complexity and sometimes outdated rules, how do we usually cope? I'm guessing.
Not always securely, no. A lot of us, maybe most of us, just reuse the same password. Or maybe 2 passwords everywhere.
It's like that single key, right? For your house, your car, your office.
Precisely. If that one key gets copied or stolen, everything's unlocked.
And what are those common passwords? I bet they're terrible.
Oh, they are. Year after year, the top ones are things like, password.
Still, seriously.
Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like leaving your actual house key under the doormat. It's the absolute first place anyone's going to look.
Or the other strategy, the sticky note.
Ah, yes. The physical approach.
A surprising number of people, maybe a third, apparently still write passwords down on notes or just in a regular notebook.
It feels tangible, maybe safer, but it's not exactly Fort Knox under your keyboard.
No. I remember that story about Lisa Kudrow, the actress.
Oh, yeah? What happened?
She accidentally posted a photo on Twitter, and you could see, plain as day, a sticky note in the background with her password written on it.
Oh, wow. See? It just shows how easily that can backfire.
So, summing it up, too many passwords, complex rules, risky habits like reuse or sticky notes. It's just a collective digital headache.
Honestly, it's amazing we remember our Wi-Fi password, let alone anything else.
It really feels like we're up against it. But okay, let's not leave everyone feeling doomed. If passwords are the villain, we need a hero.
And there is one.
Tell us about the password manager. How does this change the game?
It's truly transformative. Yeah, I mentioned a super secure digital vault, encrypted. It remembers all your passwords so you don't have to.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Instead of your brain trying to juggle 100 logins, you just remember one. One really strong master password. That's the key to your vault.
And inside the vault?
Inside, the manager stores all your other unique, complex passwords. One for every single site and app. And crucially, these things are usually built on what's called zero-knowledge architecture.
Meaning
even the company that makes the password manager cannot see your passwords. Your vault is locked down tight. Only your master password opens it. It's a totally different way of protecting your info.
Okay, so I've got my vault, my master password. How does it actually make logging in easier day to day? Walk me through it.
Sure. It's pretty smooth, actually. Usually download an app or maybe use one built into your browser. You create that one. Super strong master password. Remember that one?
Got it. One password to rule them all.
Kind of. Then whenever you sign up for something new or log into an existing site, the password manager pops up.
Mm.
It can generate a crazy random password for you, like, X7K Gullers Night Systench BQ.
Something I'd never remember.
Exactly. Or it just fills in the password you already saved. It stores them securely in the Volve and then just autofills. Click, boom, you're in. No typing needed, usually.
Okay, that sounds like it takes away the worst part.
It really does. It's like having a digital butler handling the annoying, risky bits.
And it pushes you towards better habits too, right? Because it's easy to have unique passwords.
Precisely. It removes that friction.
Mm.
Because the manager does the hard work, creating and remembering you can have a unique, strong password for every single site. That stops the domino effect.
Where one breach compromises everything else.
Exactly.
Mm.
If your password for, say, your online forum gets leaked, they can't use it to get into your email or your bank because those have different strong passwords.
Makes sense.
And the data shows it works. People who use password managers consistently, they're way less likely to have their identity stolen or accounts broken into.
So it's a big security boost. What's the adoption like? Are people using these?
It's growing, but still maybe only around 30% of people use one regularly. But governments, security experts, they're increasingly recommending them. It's becoming the standard advice.
Okay, so a password manager solves the remembering problem and helps create strong, unique passwords. Huge step. But what about making accounts like really hard to break into, even if someone does get the password somehow?
Right. That's where the second hero comes in. Two-factor authentication, or 2FA.
That extra step you sometimes have to do, like getting a text message code?
Exactly. It's sometimes called two-step verification. It just means logging in requires two different kinds of proof that it's really you, not just the password.
Like a double lock on your front door?
That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Someone might pick the first lock, guess your password, but then they hit a deadbolt, something totally different.
And these two factors are different types of things, yeah.
Correct. It's usually based on combining categories, like something you know that's your password or PIN, plus something you have like your phone or maybe a little USB security key, or sometimes something you are.
Biometrics, like a fingerprint.
Exactly. Fingerprint, face scan. Think about your debit card at the ATM. You need the physical card, something you have, and your PIN, something you know. One without the other doesn't work.
Right.
Online, it's similar. You put in your password first, then the site asks for that second factor. Maybe it's a code from an authenticator app on your phone, or a code sent via text, or maybe a fingerprint scan.
And this makes a big difference security-wise.
A huge difference.
Yeah.
Experts estimate that turning on 2FA stops something like 99% of automated bot attacks and even most targeted attacks. Even if a hacker steals or guesses your password, they still can't get in without that second piece.
Wow, 99%. That's incredibly
It
effective.
really is. That burglar analogy holds up. They pick the first lock, but the deadbolt stops them cold.
Is it annoying, though, having to do that extra step all the time?
That's a common concern, but usually it's not that bad. You typically only have to do the 2FA step when you log in on a new device, or maybe occasionally just to verify it's still you. For everyday logins on your trusted phone or computer, it often remembers you. So that extra maybe 10 seconds now and then, it buys you enormous peace of mind. It's totally worth it compared to the nightmare of cleaning up after a hack.
Good point. Are there different kinds of 2FA or some better than others?
Yeah, there are several common types. Text message codes or SMS 2FA are very common, easy to use.
But I've heard they're not the most secure.
That's right. They're better than nothing, for sure. But they can be vulnerable to something called SIM swapping. That's where a scammer tricks your phone company into moving your number to their phone.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah. So authenticator apps are generally seen as more secure. Apps like Google Authenticator, Authy, Microsoft Authenticator,
Yeah.
they generate codes right on your device, not send over the phone network.
Okay. What else?
You might get codes via email, though that has its own risks if your email isn't secure. Push notifications are common, where you just tap, yes, it's me, on a notification on your phone. And then there are the biometrics, fingerprint, Face ID, and physical security keys, those little USB things.
Lots of options.
But the core idea is the same. Add that second layer. Authenticator apps are probably the sweet spot for security and convenience for most people.
So if we're thinking about where to turn this on first, what are the priorities?
Definitely your high-value accounts. Start with your primary email address. That's huge.
Why email first?
Because your email is often the key to resetting passwords for other accounts. If a hacker gets into your email, they can often trigger password resets for your bank, your social media, everything. Lock down your email with 2FA first.
Okay, email first. Then what?
Then banking apps, any payment apps like PayPal or Venmo, your main social media accounts, and probably major shopping sites where you have stored payment info
Yep.
like Amazon.
Got it. Secure the crown jewels.
Exactly. Protect the accounts that would cause the most damage if compromised.
So it really is a powerful combo. Password manager for unique, strong password you don't have to remember. And 2FA is that critical second lock. It feels like once you set it up, that little extra tap or code entry just becomes part of the routine.
Absolutely. And speaking of bad habits, those often lead to some pretty spectacular real-world fails, don't they?
They absolutely do. Which brings us nicely to the password hall of shame. These are cautionary tales, but also, weirdly fascinating.
Let's hear them.
Okay, first up, the Bitcoin fortune fiasco. Picture this. A guy named Stefan Thomas. He has 7,002 Bitcoin, worth at the time maybe $200 million, maybe more now.
Wow, okay.
They're locked on a secure hard drive. But he lost a piece of paper where he wrote down the password.
No.
Yes, and the drive only gives him 10 guesses before it wipes itself forever. He's used 8.
Oh my God. So 2 guesses left.
2 guesses left between him and, well, hundreds of millions of dollars. Talk about password stress.
That's next level. Okay, what else is in the hall of shame?
How about you're fired? The hacker edition. Remember Donald Trump's Twitter?
Vaguely. Couldn't you get hacked?
Twice. By the same Dutch hacker, apparently. In 2018, the hacker guess the password was, "You're fired?"
You're kidding.
Nope. And then in 2020, he allegedly got back in by guessing MAGA 2020.
Oh, come on. Using obvious catchphrases.
It's a perfect example of why using easily guessable public personal info is just so risky.
Unbelievable. Okay, who's next?
Let's go back a bit. Mid-2000s, the heiress and the chihuahua, Paris Hilton.
Yes. Tinkerbell.
Exactly. Her phone account got hacked. Why? Because her password was her dog's name, Tinkerbell, which, everyone knew.
Again, public knowledge. Easily guessable. Pet names, birthdays.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Especially for security questions, too, right? Those answers are often easy to find online.
Definitely. Okay, even tech giants slip up, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Data disaster. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook CEO.
What does he do?
In 2016, some of his other social media accounts, Twitter, Pinterest, got briefly hacked. Turns out, hackers found credentials from an old LinkedIn breach.
Okay.
And his password in that breach was Dada.
Dada.
Dada. And he'd apparently reused that incredibly simple, silly password on other sites.
Wow. So weak password and reuse. The double whammy.
Exactly. And finally, let's bring back the sticky note. Sticky note self-sabotage.
Lisa Kudrow again.
Lisa Kudrow again. That photo she posted on Twitter, it wasn't just a password. It was clearly visible login info right there on a note stuck to something in the shot.
A perfect, if slightly embarrassing example of why physical notes are just risky. You never know who might see them, intentionally or not.
Right. So these stories, they're kind of funny, maybe a bit cringeworthy.
But they all hammer home the same point. Good password habits matter. For everyone. Doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, a president, or just, us. Bad habits catch up to you.
Absolutely. The good news is the solutions we talked about, password managers, 2FA, they directly fix the problems highlighted in every single one of those stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've heard the horror stories. Now let's pivot back to the practical stuff, the takeaways. Simple tips anyone can use to lock down their digital life and hopefully stop that, forgot my password, feeling forever.
Tip number 1, and it's crucial. Stop reusing passwords. Please, just stop. Make every single one unique.
Think of it like compartmentalizing, right?
Exactly. If one account gets breached, the damage is contained. It doesn't spill over and unlock everything else.
And how do you possibly manage all those unique passwords? Which brings us to tip number 2.
Use a password manager. Seriously, if you do nothing else after hearing this, do this.
It's the cornerstone.
It really is. It generates those strong, unique passwords for you, stores them securely, autofills them. You just need to remember that one strong master password. It solves the memory problem and the strength problem in one go. Game changer.
Okay, tip 3. For the passwords you do create yourself, like that master password,
Make them long, strong, and nonsense. Length is key. Way more important than just complexity sometimes.
how long are we talking?
Think 12 characters minimum, ideally more. A random 12-character password with letters, numbers, symbols. Computers would take potentially thousands of years to crack that. An 8-character simple one, maybe seconds.
Wow. So length really matters.
It does. And think about passphrases too, like dancinghoneyblew.car, 4 random-ish words strung together, maybe with a symbol. Long, memorable to you, but hard to guess.
Nice. Okay, tip 4, our second hero.
Enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, wherever you possibly can. Turn it on.
Email, banking, social media, shopping sites.
Yep. Anywhere it's offered, especially for important accounts, it's that double lock. Even if someone gets your password, 2FA can stop them cold. It adds such a huge layer of protection.
Okay, tip 5. What about the content of passwords or security answers?
Don't use obvious personal information. No pet names, no kids' birthdays, no anniversary dates, no common words or sequences like QWERTY or 1335.
Things people could guess or find out about you easily.
Exactly. And for security questions, if you can, maybe even make up the answers. Don't use your actual mother's maiden name if you can avoid it. Just make sure you store those fake answers securely, maybe in your password manager's notes field.
Sneaky. I like it. Okay, tip 6. Back to physical notes.
Look, the best advice is don't write them down physically. Use the password manager. But if you absolutely must write something down,
Treat it like gold.
pretty much,
Yeah.
don't leave it stuck to your monitor or under the keyboard. Keep it somewhere genuinely secure and hidden. A locked drawer, maybe, but really, try to avoid it.
Got it. Tip 7.
Update your important passwords sometimes. And don't ignore those password reset prompts.
So change your bank password every year or so.
Maybe not on a strict schedule like the old days, but yeah, for critical accounts, refreshing it periodically isn't a bad idea. And definitely change it immediately if you hear about a data breach at a service you use. Don't procrastinate on that.
Good advice. And the bonus tip.
Consider using a password checkup tool. A lot of password managers have this built in now.
What does it do?
It checks your saved passwords against huge databases of known leaked credentials from data breaches. It'll flag if any of yours have shown up online.
So it gives you a heads up if a password might be compromised.
Exactly. It lets you be proactive and change it before someone else uses it maliciously. There are also websites like Have I Been Pwned, where you can check your email address.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of tips, but really it boils down to.
It really does. Use a password manager. Turn on 2FA. If you do those two things consistently, you've tackled like 95% of the risk and frustration. It simplifies things massively in the long run.
So there we have it. Passwords might feel like the absolute worst, but you really can win this game. We've gone from that universal, feeling to seeing how tools like password managers and 2FA can basically eliminate the need to remember dozens of logins. We laughed, maybe cringed at the Hall of Shame.
Da.
Right. And hopefully you now feel empowered with simple, practical steps to make your digital life both easier and much, much safer.
Yeah, the internet isn't getting any simpler. Our digital lives are just becoming more woven into everything. But that doesn't mean you need to feel overwhelmed by security.
Not anymore.
With a good password manager handling the unique, strong passwords, and 2FA adding that crucial second lock, you can navigate it all much more confidently.
No more late-night forgot password clicks. No more wondering if password 123 is protecting your bank account. You get strong, unique passwords you don't even need to know, plus that vital second layer. It's a whole different level of security and convenience.
It really is. It lets you focus on actually using the internet, not fighting with it.
Exactly. So as we wrap up, here's something to think about.
Given that our digital lives are now so fundamentally tangled up with our physical realities, what profound shifts in trust, and maybe even convenience, will we experience as this constant friction, this mental load of remembering and managing our online identities, finally starts to fade away?